Hi, welcome to the quick demo of how the Asanify expense reimbursement system works. If you see that I've logged into the demo account as an admin, and this is a replica of what you will see in your Asanify account. Quite simply, as an admin, what you need to do is for expense reimbursement, if you go to the left menu bar, you'll see this section called expense. Right now, obviously, there's no expense data which is available here. So there are three tabs under expenses. You will see the expenses that you have filed here as an admin. You will also see what your reportees are done. If you're the admin, then you can see all the reimbursements for all the employees in the company. If you are just a line manager, you will see the expenses filed in by your direct reports. As an admin, you see the third tab, which is called the expense type here. We will start with this tab. To begin with, right now you see that there's no expense type that is created. I can create my own expense head. Let's say I will say cab bill is one such head under which my employees will be filing for expense reimbursement. I can give the account code if I have to give. Let's say this is added now. There will be multiple expense heads that you may have as a company. So let me add a couple of others. Let's say I have now added telephone bill as the second expense type. This way, you can create all the expense heads, and when your employees log in for filing the expenses, they'll be able to see each of these heads in the drop down. Let me log into the employee view and show you exactly how it works. So this was the admin account. Now, if I go into the employee login, I'll be able to see those two expense heads that I had created. So now you see that this is the employee login ID. If I go to the expense section, now here I can't create an expense type because I'm an employee now. I can just file my expenses. So let's say I'll just say add expenses. I will say, let's say today is when I have incurred this expense. Uh, if there is any name of the merchant where I have incurred this expense, I can give that. The two heads that I had created, I will see that in the drop down. So I can select any of those heads. Let's say 1,000 rupees of telephone bill is what I had incurred. If there's any comment that you want to give, sometimes you may also have expenses which you just want to record it for the administrative purpose, but you're not claiming it. In case you're claiming that reimbursement from the company, you can enable it as yes, and this is an upload for the file, the bill that you may have for that particular expense that you can upload. If you're logging in from our mobile app, you can also open the camera of your mobile phone and directly click the picture. So let's say for now I will just select the file and upload it. So let's say if I go to let's say this is a one telephone bill, let's say sample, I can simply upload it here and I can create that expense type. Now, as an employee, when I have created that expense, it has gone into for my line manager and or the admin for approval. I can see all the requests that I have filed in my request section. And whenever the request gets approved, that particular expense type, whenever the request gets approved, I will get an email notification that my request has been approved. Right now, I see that this is pending. Now I'll go back to the manager login ID, who also happens to be the admin. So here, if I log in as the manager, in the dashboard page itself, for all the things which are pending in my queue, I will see that. So here you see the expense type that I have created just now. I'm seeing that which is appearing already. I can go to more and I can see the details of, okay, this is a telephone bill worth 1,000 rupees. If I want to download the proof to see what was the bill that was raised, I can have a look at that as well. The PDF that the employee had uploaded, I can have a look at that. So let's say this hypothetically was the bill that was uploaded under this section. I can have a look at that, and accordingly, I can choose to either approve or reject it. Yeah. Once I have approved the request, the employee will also get a mail notification. As an admin, if I now go to the expense section, you will be able to see all the expenses by your reportees as well. So this one that I saw just now, I can see that Usha had filed this 1,000 rupee claim. I can download the receipt here. If there are multiple expenses that are appearing here, I can also export them into an Excel sheet here for me to have a look at that later on. Now, there are two parts to it. One is, let's say, if the employees are filing in the line by line multiple expense reimbursements, I'll be able to see all of them here and I can download that into a CSV. If I want to have a report at a rolled up employee level, I can go to the analytics section and look at the expense report where all the expenses which are filed by the employee, which is combined at an employee level. So if let's say if Usha has filed 5 expenses of 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, all put together, how much is the overall approved amount for Usha will appear here. And this I can again download that as a CSV. So there are two reports. One is at a line by line level to see what all individual expenses have been incurred. And second is at a rolled up employee level to see what is the overall amount that I have to pay to the employee. Simply put, all these activities can be done on the mobile web app itself, which makes the expense reimbursement of Asanify very easy for the companies to manage their expenses. Yeah, thank you so much for your time.